This is your psychic girlfriend, Robin Richardson. And if you're like me, you're interested in how the universe works and in all things mystical. So let's explore it together. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the podcast. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Robin Richardson, your psychic girlfriend. I am a psychic, intuitive, and spiritual coach, and someone who loves diving into public stories from a soul level perspective. Now, I've been watching and enjoying this case, and I have been following it for the last couple years. And those of you who are new to my channel and are here specifically for this, welcome and thank you for being here, and thank you for liking and subscribing, because it really helps me and encourages me to do more of this. All right. So I had been watching this trial since, or this case since Dave Neal started reporting on it. I'm a Bachelor fan, and I really do love Dave's perspective on things. But then more YouTubers got involved, Megan Fox and Bruce the Moose and Laura Owens and the Tilted Lawyer, and pretty much I found myself very much glued to this case. Now, last June, when she went to trial, I kind of, like everyone else, was amazed that she was referred to Rachel Mitchell of Maricopa County's office to draw up some charges, which have resulted in 7 felonies. And at the time, a lot of people were saying they didn't think that she would be charged. And so I thought, well, what do my spidey senses say? I'm very much invested in this as a personality, but like, what would my spidey senses say if I could remove myself from it in a minute and see? And I really did think she would have charges, but I don't know. I don't know her. I don't know that, I just thought, yeah, I think she's going to have some charges. So when it actually happened, I was like, okay, I think it's time to maybe start tapping in and making some commentary. So here I am. All right. I want to say that this video, I was reticent a little bit about doing this video, and this is on Laura's attorney, David Gingras, and from now on, I'll be calling him David. And I think those of you who are aware of him and his shenanigans can understand this. So I'm going to say this here. This video is based entirely on my intuitive interpretation and card reading. These are insights and opinions for entertainment and spiritual exploration. They are not facts or legal conclusions. And as always, if you are going to see a psychic or someone like me, always use discernment. Okay, so today we're going to turn the lens on someone who has stirred up a lot of curiosity, and this would be Laura Owens' former attorney, David Gingras. And I want to ask some questions about what drew him to this case, and what did he think he would gain? And did he truly believe Laura? And most fascinating of all, is there a soul contract between them? Because I am always all about the spiritual perspective and the broader purpose of these connections. So let me share my screen. Okay. So the first question that I asked was, what drew David to represent Laura Owens? And I pulled, as you can see, the star, the mountain, the cross, woman, and birds. So already we have some representation of karma. And it feels really karmic from the start. Now, the star also means like internet, and funny enough, he calls himself the internet lawyer. But this shows that David likely saw this case as an opportunity to shine, to raise his visibility, or to prove something to himself or his professional circle. And there's a desire here for impact and perhaps redemption. Now, the mountain and the cross. Now, the mountain is always kind of tough things here, as well as the cross. But what looked like a golden opportunity quickly became an energetically dense for him. And it suggests karmic burden, the cross, sacrifice, and resistance. May have felt a sense of obligation for some reason, or was pulled into it, and he doesn't quite know why he was drawn into this, and he can't explain that. But something in Laura's chaos activated an unresolved part of his own emotional story. All right, so let's go to the next question. Oh, wait, I still have more. Women and birds also point to emotional entanglement through communication. So birds are like little meetings. So they have meetings, calls, complicated discussions, or even he might have had a fixation on defending her side. Not because it all made sense, because we all know it doesn't, but because it resonated with him on a deep internal narrative for himself. So in his blog, if you read his blogs, what does justice for Clayton look like? And he admits to once having been falsely accused of paternity. Isn't that fascinating? He writes, so yes, exactly like Clayton, maybe I was wrongly sued for paternity. Now, this is a key. He was defending not just a client, but a younger wounded part of himself. Psychically, this case wasn't about justice. It was about projection and emotional resolution. I found that fascinating in these cards. Okay. Now, question 2. Did he believe her? We all want to know, did he believe her? Or was there another motive? That's what I just love about this. Ship, book, anchor, house, and woman were the card pull. Now, this spread is definitely layered. We've got ship and book, and that shows that he was attracted to the mystery of the case. There was movement, intrigue, and hidden elements. Now, he didn't have full clarity, but chose to proceed anyway. As we've said many times, I don't know, that was before me. Anchor tells us he wanted to root something, maybe in his career, in a new type of case, or establish a more visible brand. House plus woman reveals a familiarity with Laura's emotional energy. It could be that he's been around people with similar dynamics and subconsciously wanted to create safety or control. In Let's Talk About Lies Part 2, he writes, the cult claims Laura faked being pregnant with Mike. It's spoken about as if this is a statement of true facts. Now, this tells me something. It tells me that he defended her even while knowing there were inconsistencies in her story. He may not have fully believed her, but he believed in the right to a version of the story. Now, spiritually, that speaks to a soul that struggles with certainty and over-identifies with ambiguity. He may have been more committed to proving a point than discovering the truth. And I think that we can all agree that that seems about correct, right? Okay, so let's go to question 3. Now, in this, the question I asked was, What is the soul contract between David and Laura? And the cards you can see are book, crossroads, birds, sun, and bouquet. All right. Now, this is interesting, this spread. There is a powerful karmic intersection. So, book tells us that this isn't their first lifetime together. And in the Akashic Records, it's the book of life. There's unfinished business here. Perhaps they were partners or opponents or bound by a spiritual debt. My spidey senses kind of say that they were in some sort of battle together. And in this life, they're doing it again. So, um, hmm, whether you believe in past lives or not, that's what my spidey senses say. And you can take it or leave that, right? So, crossroads plus birds show that they had a soul agreement to meet at a moment of confusion, contradiction, and tension. Their connection was always meant to shake something loose in both of them. So we're seeing it, right? We're seeing it play out. Sun plus bouquet shows the shadow side of charm and visibility. And this contract was likely revealing the illusion of perfection. So it was lifting the veil, so to speak, and how something that looks ideal can unravel under pressure. Now, they came into each other's lives to catalyze spiritual growth, not through peace, but through disruption, clarity, and exposure. Ah, not an easy road, I'll tell you. And this is not a healing partnership. This is a mirror and a test. Their contract is to awaken each other through the collapse of illusion. Interesting stuff, right? Okay, so now let's go to question 4. How has this case impacted David's spiritual path? In case you're interested, the book, bouquet, house, tower, and fox. Again, these cards show internal collapse masked as professionalism. Book plus bouquet indicate he entered the case thinking he would win, possibly a meaningful one that boosted his reputation. Of course, because Laura's family is highly regarded in the media. But house and tower shows disconnection emotionally, spiritually, and even legally. He is now on the outside of the very case he helped shape. Fox confirms there's now doubt in his own motives, whether that's internal or external. Was he too clever, too willing to sidestep intuition for strategy? There's some regret here, just in case y'all want to know. Not just about what happened, but why he ignored the signs. So I think he's going to have a moment of really, well, it's coming up, right? Because karma is coming up. In an interview with musiquemagazine.com, he said, I don't do criminal defense work, so I will not be representing her. I am technically, arguably, a witness. This should be super interesting for us to watch. Psychically, this is the exit stage left energy. His soul has pulled back either out of wisdom or self-preservation. He's being asked to deflect, rebuild, and reclaim his own intuition. We'll see if that happens. Some people, have a hard time. Okay, so what's question number 5? What lessons can be learned from his role in this legal saga? Well, the stars cross coffin, stork, and snake don't lie. This is a karma class 101. Stars plus cross equals the idealism that becomes suffering. Gingras may have wanted to be a hero, a voice for the misunderstood. But the burden of that self-image cost him clarity. I think it's costing him more than that. Coffin plus stork show the death of an old pattern and the chance to be reborn with wisdom. If he chooses to learn, this is an ego shedding moment. And the snake, which is about healing and transformation, and also a lesson on deception, and this is external and internal. The soul must learn to discern charm from truth and complication from alignment. From his own blog, Hatred in the Nation, Laura's version, he wrote, I've never seen the level of raw, unchained, venomous hate that Laura's critics have. It's fairly shocking. I'll bet it is, David. That speaks to someone who didn't expect consequences. But the soul lesson wasn't about being liked. It was about learning how integrity can't be faked. Telling these cards are pretty fabulous. All right, question 6. This is my final thought. What does this mean for the collective? And I pulled Tower, Bouquet, and Lily. And this isn't just about David or Laura, it's about all of us. The Tower speaks to systems that isolate and elevate authority and how they can lose sight of human truth. Bouquet reminds us that charisma is not proof of character. And Lily brings in the higher wisdom, the kind that only comes when the illusion dies. Now, collectively, we're learning to see through image and into intention. This case is one of many asking us to wake up and ask what is real and who do we trust? So I thank you for joining me in this episode. These are just my intuitive insights meant to explore the deeper energetic patterns at play. They're not accusations, legal claims, or statements of fact. And I hope that helped you see the case in a new light. Let me know what came up for you. Do you think he truly believed her? Do you think this case has spiritually changed him? And if you have questions about what you would like me to look into further on this case, please comment in the comment section. And like and subscribe and stay tuned because there is more coming. Because we're not just breaking down people, we're breaking down soul patterns and human patterns. And I am Robin Richardson. And if you'd like to book a one-on-one with me, please see the link in my description or go to yourpsychicgirlfriend.com and book your reading now. And I will see you in the next one.